Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Plop. Oh my god, we're recording this again. Holy Jesus. Guess what? These guys can't hear anything still. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun guys. We get to play this again. Silent road trip.
It's all good. I'm deaf in my left ear, so.
What? I didn't know that.
Oh,
now
yeah.
we're deaf in both ears.
Alright. I'm slightly deaf in both ears because playing drums.
It's a long story.
Well.
It involves a pew pew.
Oh, okay. Is it like a dark long story?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We won't talk about it, but
What
so
about...
I can still hear out of my left ear, but it's like very damaged,
Oh, jeez.
which is when I'm doing MLG DVD stuff. That's why sometimes I'm like, shut the fuck up, everyone. I'm trying to loop.
Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? No? Okay. Man, that sucks, dude. Wow,
Oh yeah.
I learned a new shaded fact today. I'm so excited. And
Oh yeah. Most people don't know. Like I don't really say anything. I just play games. So.
that's, yeah, you just plug and play and you just go and you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm only, my hearing's a little off just from playing music for half my life, so that'll do it.
Oh, also, yeah, that didn't help either, because I was in, like, a metal band and stuff, too, as a singer, and, like...
What?
You have to... Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I played with Evanescence.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
We played at the Rock Pile. It's a, it's like a concert place in downtown Toronto, and it was, we opened for them, and then it was, they just, I guess it was one of their favorite venues, and they were like, yeah, we'll do a show with, like, indie bands, you know, whatever, and, like, yeah, it was fucking sick. Amy Lee is the most chill homie ever.
What?
Hell yeah.
It's just so many shaded things I didn't know about.
Oh, yeah, I've lived a very, like, crazy life.
So, did you kept saying "wake me up inside"? Okay, I had to. I'm sorry.
No,
I
but
had to make an easy joke there.
this was back, like, in, oh my god, I was like 19 in this band.
Holy crap!
Maybe I think I was 17 turning 18 at the time.
That's okay. Well,
We were just super into it, and we just had some really talented musician homies, because a lot of the people in my town, like, that's kind of, I don't know, there's not much to do, so you get a lot of people, like some 41s from my town.
oh, it's right, the Canadian. I forgot.
Yeah. So, like, we just ended up making music and stuff, but I don't know. Sometimes I talk about stuff, and sometimes I just don't.
Sometimes you talk about, you know, it's not a crime if you're not in the woods and nobody reports it. I like,
Right?
That's always interesting too.
Yeah, man, I've done a lot.
Done a lot of nutting with Evanescence.
Yeah. It was hype.
Oh shit, that's crazy. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
man.
yeah, I used to listen to Sum 41 all the time. They were.
Oh, yeah.
Florida has some of my, well, you know, used to be my favorites, like Newfound Glory and Under Oath. They're from Tampa or Florida or whatever.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
Oh, yeah. No, I still have a few friends in, like, really successful bands. Like, one of my buddies is the guitarist for Threat Signal, and they're just, like, a crazy metalcore band. But, yeah, I don't know. That's why Kita and I do a lot of, like, he'll ask me for music advice, because I used to do a lot of, like, sound engineering and stuff.
Oh god,
You're learning
this
all
is
new
literally
things.
behind the scenes with ex-musician, ex-producer, Shaded Faded.
I used to do a lot, man. Now I just play games because, you know, I kind of got wrecked by Crohn's, but
Yeah, it sucks. Well,
yeah.
this is
But games are great, so
yeah.
Heckin' yeah.
I
Uber
mean, it's nice.
distractions.
Hell yeah.
They're not nice to me ever.
That's true. They don't like you.
No, they're not. And nobody reports the crime, so it's not even a crime.
Yo, okay, but Armor Core 6, dude?
Oh yeah. There's
Have you? I watched Iron Pineapple's like hour video on it. It looks sick as shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm ready for mechs. I'm like, damn. I haven't really played Armor Core, but watching that, I was like, oh hell yeah, I want to build mechs and fight robots.
I'm ready for some armored mech sex, like some
Yeah.
robo, you know, the hard.
Isn't that the next Cyberpunk update? Is you get to like fuck harder or something?
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Isn't that a thing? I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
It's on sale on PS5 right now for like $25, and I was debating picking it up because apparently it's really good now. Like they updated it and fixed it and shit, and then the expansion's coming out, and I'm like, oh.
Guess you'll be nutting hard in that one too.
Maybe, but I have too many games.
I subscribed to Game Informer, and they did like they went. I don't know, just two guys went to do an interview at From Software Studios, and they were like,
oh yeah.
They were like, this was a very underwhelming interview because they were talking about like, you know, studios in America are like coolly themed and have a bunch of shit displayed and all this memorabilia, like let's just say Blizzard Studios, you know, like.
Oh yeah, there's like Lilith statue in the front. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they're like From Software. None of that. It's just like your normal office building, and there's nothing really happening. They could.
That's funny.
They couldn't even really ask too much in the interview. Anyway, they talked about. I don't know. Their first impressions were they're kind of apprehensive about it, I guess, because. They thought some of the environments in it were kind of plain Jane or something. I don't know, but
that's usually how like.
I've never played Armored Core, so I don't know shit.
Oh no, I just mean like if you've played a lot of JRPGs, there's a lot of areas that will just be really open.
Oh,
like
you know, I play a lot of JRPGs.
Yeah, so I think it's just for some reason.
Maybe it's got more space for a big mech game. I don't know.
I mean, the difference, too, is over there, their culture's so different, right? Like, their houses, whenever you see videos, everything's neat and orderly, and, like, they don't like, America, right? We hoard so much shit that we don't need.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
over
true.
there, they don't really do that, right?
Nope.
So, even in the ghost videos we'll watch, where, like, they're in abandoned apartments and stuff, they're still, like, very clean, and, you know, there's dirt and dust and stuff, but it's like, oh... This just looks like a family hasn't been here for like 2 months.
Yeah,
but yeah,
everything's very close together in Japan too.
Yeah, so I mean, they have to be kind of minimalist, right, in that regard. But yeah, I think that's probably the difference. Where Blizzard's just like, hey, remember when we used to be good?
No.
Look at this giant statue.
Yeah.
I will say, on a completely other note, except for connecting to Blizzard. Despite the Diablo 4 nerfs and the lack of endgame, I am still really enjoying Diablo 4 and just like roaming the world and doing the side quests and like doing dungeons and just playing.
This is your public statement. I have it recorded.
Yep, and I have my Necromancer with the new legendary powers are so sick. It like auto corpse explodes, and then like I have permanent Decrepify curse, and I'm just blowing everything up, and it's awesome. So, you know, as a Necro, I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
So I think Blizzard will get it. I think they just released, like, I feel like they had to release when they did because Blizzard, like, the higher-ups are just like that. Mm-hmm. But you can tell that the devs, like, they do give a shit from how they've been talking and, like, you know, their visions and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the problem is I think D4 needed another year in the oven, and they were rushed to release it, and that's where we're at right now.
Oh, yeah, there's articles on it and stuff, too, so it's...
But, man, that campaign was sick as fuck, though. It was so good. So I got my money's worth. Like, the whole storyline, and then that one of the... Okay, well, spoilers, I guess. The cutscene with Anarius and Lilith was so sick.
Oh, yeah, that was hype as shit. Just put, like, any metal song you want on it. It's like...
It was legit a 10-minute cutscene, and I watched it all. Like,
I'm coming!
So good.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah. Oh, Metroid Prime, right? We're playing Metroid Prime.
Who cares? No, keep talking. I like this. I don't have to do much.
There you go. I don't know. I just like game design and game discussions and stuff, obviously. So
I mean,
for me, it's like...
Shit, dude. The game's only been out for like a month and a half. I mean...
Oh, yeah. So I don't...
There's no auction house.
With, you know... I definitely like I can't ignore some of the problems,
Yeah.
like the stash space, and then making it so you know why you lag in town is because you load everybody's inventory and their stash.
Yes, I read
That-
something on that.
Does not work. If Path of Exile did that, the server would instantly die because people have like hundreds of stash pages in PoE because you can just buy them, right? It's a free to play game. You buy stashes.
Yeah.
So I don't know why in D4, like, it makes zero sense, and that's why when you enter a place with a lot of people, and if their stashes are full, you'll suddenly start lagging more. And it's not you, it's the game trying to load everything they have, and it's like, why?
This is like the perfect example of it. It's not me, it's you.
It's very bad game. Like, I don't even.
Listen.
They need to fix
There
that.
were some crazy oversights, like Render. I'm sure you're having a good time listening to this, but there was there was a weird oversight of not having a gem stash tab or like stuff that somewhere.
That's my other problem.
Why-
Your inventory is so cluttered all the time.
Yeah.
And now with the new malignant gems, I'm like, I have room for like 5 items by the time I'm picking stuff
Yeah,
up.
that was a huge oversight. Another thing is, I don't have a problem with the itemization besides uniques. Uniques are the only thing that sucked, in my opinion.
I do think itemization needs to be readjusted, but I don't feel the same way at like.
I don't feel the
don't
same way
agree.
as D3 was when that came out. Like, everything was pretty poopy butthole when that game came out.
And
with
everything
itemization.
ended up being a green arrow, like green arrow better put on, right?
Yes, and this one
The
it's
main
not
thing
that.
Yes, and it's good, but it still needs work.
It's,
Like there's
yeah,
a lot of stuff.
yes. Like
And
uniques,
I agree
uniques
with
that
the
are not
uniques.
suck. Yeah, they just.
There are
what the
some
fuck?
uniques where it's like, I mean, look at Razor Plate, for instance, right? It's a chess piece that gives 9,648 thorns, or like the numbers don't make sense in D4. That's my biggest gripe, is they always do weird numbers like 8%, 24%, 28%. It's like the human brain, make it 25, make it 30, like round your numbers, right?
Yes.
And if they round their numbers, they wouldn't have all of these weird complications because of like how the game's trying to do the math. And the other problem is I don't think some of the developers told the other developers that some, like, in Path of Exile, it's additives and multipliers. So that's how you kind of balance skills, right? So if a skill says this gets, 10% increased damage and it's a multiplier, that's way different than if it's an additive.
Yeah.
It's like, and what's crazy is it's in D4, you don't know what actually does what, and apparently that's actually been proven that a lot of skills are like the tooltips are wrong, and they don't actually tell you like this is additive, this is multiplicative, which is weird because you'll get you'll get like some big damage thing, and then it's not doing the big damage, and you're like, well, that's weird because this number says it should be bigger than this one I'm doing previously, and it's because of that. It's because it's not doing the multi, it's doing the additive and fucking it all up.
Well, that
but
just
the
happened.
tooltip doesn't tell you.
No. Also,
So-
there's some just weird affixes that don't need to have affixes. Like, there's stunned and dazed. Are you fucking kidding me? Stunned and dazed?
yeah.
Like, I don't fucking know the
The same thing?
difference. Are they the same thing?
Stunned?
Pretty
Okay. So
This is an
there is a
example.
difference. It's just stupid. Let me explain.
Oh, yeah.
because
I
it's
have to hear this.
So stunned is the monster is unable to move for 2 seconds because it is now immobilized, right?
Sure.
Dazed is when you hit it, I guess when you hit it so hard that it isn't immobilized, it's stunned.
Oh!
Isn't that the same thing?
Does that make
No,
any sense?
it doesn't.
How long does stun last for?
So that's the
I don't know.
difference. That's why it's like that, and it doesn't make any sense because dazed and stunned are the same thing. But the game is recognizing it as dazed is like a confusion thing, not an immobility thing. So the monster isn't like stunned because it's stunned, it's just dazed, which means it's the same fucking shit. But D4 doesn't
My
understand that.
fucking brain is dazed and stunned right now.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, no. I do believe the game can get somewhere really good, and I'm still like, I'm enjoying it.
Like
Think of
the
those
game is
hacks.
rough around the edges, but it's not terrible. Like I'm having a blast, like you're saying, playing it and stuff. You know, the gameplay's there.
Seen you aimbot those three
Oh, yeah.
birds in the sky.
And like I'm not min-maxing like PoE. Like I already do that in PoE. It's just D4 is like I hop on. I'm on Discord with some friends. We're going around the world killing monsters. Like it's very fun to just
Yeah, it's
explore
got a
and
good
play the
gameplay
game.
loop too. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you know, items they can fix a lot of stuff. This is why I'm like, in a year from now, like season 4 will be popping off.
Yeah.
I just wish Blizzard would stop doing. It's what they did with Overwatch 2. They released it early when the PvE wasn't even done, and then they sold it for $60, and then they said, "Hey everybody, the reason you bought it for $60 is getting canceled, and now it's just Overwatch 1.5."
Wee! Now you can nut in the woods a little bit.
And it's just like Blizzard, just like you don't have like I don't get it.
It's
just
just
like-
Activision, man. They're just pushing and shoving. They want that money.
It is. It's not even Blizzard anymore. It's just Activision like fucking them over, and like
People just need to boycott them until they.
it's like
learn their
Shigeru
fucking
said,
mistake.
right? A rushed game is forever bad.
Yeah, but
And,
a
like-
delayed game is something necessary or
A delayed
or
game is
worth
just
it.
good shit, right?
Yeah, I wish
And
you would
it's
fucking say
true.
that. Carissa Pratt is so good.
I mean, that's kind of like why early access is kind of rough right now. Like, for instance, Phasmophobia, right? We've been playing that since day one of early access, and we've been there through all these changes. But the other problem with early access is we've still been playing the game on and off for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
So when the game finally comes out, it's not going to feel that good because we've already been playing it and we're so used to like the game
Yeah.
and that's just with everything, right? The more you do something, the less exciting it's going to be because you've experienced it. And that's why in action RPGs, seasons are really refreshing because it gives you a reason to go back to PoE, to go back to D4, because you're like, oh, new season, I'll check it out with my friends, and there's something different to do, right?
Yes.
And that's kind of a problem with a lot of games is like they don't do that. So with and with Phasmo, it's like you go in the house and it is random ghosts and random things that happen, but there's not like in terms of having the variety, there's not a ton. Like the ghosts are very similar and you're doing kind of the same thing over and over. And as fun as it is, after doing that already for 3 years, I'm like, I don't like if the game fully comes out, I'm not really gonna suddenly be like, oh, it's a brand new game, right?
Yes.
Because it's just I've been playing it the whole time, so that's the complicated part of early access.
Wait, hold on. I just got fancy new boots.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
space jump
The boots with the metal
acquired.
fur. Yes. Render knows.
Let's go. Is that the cold boots?
That's it's the fucking what are they? Hover boots from Ocarina of Time. Shaded, you know the one.
Oh yeah, the air boots.
The air boots, the Air Jordan boots. All
They
right,
make you
everybody.
hover.
Well, we'll see you on the next one. We got plenty more to talk about. Render's gonna take his pants off. I'm gonna videotape,
God,
and Shaded's gonna
Keep me
post it.
sitting down like a big boy.
Yeah.